So, how do you terminate an employee here in the Philippines? Are there requirements that you need to be aware of as a boss?
Now, this seems to be a recurring question from our readers and clients, so we decided to make a video out of it. Just like our reader Kyle, who asks, "Attorney, I have an employee that committed a violation at work. I was about to tell him, 'You're fired!' But my business partner held me back and told me to calm down."
Buti na lang.
Yeah, she also told me to follow due process. Ano kaya yun? But I have no idea what that means. Can you help me? If you're thinking the same thing, stick around as we tackle these questions today. This episode is brought to you by the Complete Employee Discipline System, a book that teaches owners, managers, and supervisors how to handle any offense easily and systematically. It provides step-by-step procedures from incident reports all the way to the clearance process. Stand your ground and discipline with confidence. Go to info.legalguide.ph/discipline to learn more. Welcome to Legal Guide Philippines, where we simplify the law to help you make better choices. I'm Attorney Ramon Ramirez, and I'm with my partner,
Attorney Erwin Zagala.
So, today we're talking about termination, Attorney Erwin. So, how do we remove an employee or employees from your team?
It's a big topic kasi a lot of people keep asking this over and over again. So I think this video will be very helpful because there are certain things that if you didn't know, actually, even if tama ka talaga as a boss, if hindi mo sundin tong mga bagay na to, ikaw pa yung mapapahamak at the end.
Nangyayari yan, Attorney
Nangyayari
Erwin.
madalas. And
mali na yung empleyado.
kunwari, ninakawan ka na. Minura ka na.
Okay.
Or very insubordinate. Or kunwari, hindi ginawa yung trabaho. And then, syempre, nahuli mo, di ba? If you don't follow the requirements that we are going to be talking about in this episode, ikaw pang kailangan magbayad.
Parang hindi makatarungan yun, Attorney
Hindi
Erwin.
talaga. That's why, to protect yourselves, this video, please pay attention. And for you to start your training with us, let's go to the first point.
Okay, Attorney.
And the first point is, we want you to be clear about the reason why they are being taken out of the team.
Okay.
So not a lot of people have thought about this, but there are actually 5 general ways that employment ends. 5 ang na-identify ko. General, kung sakali may nakalimutan kami, well, let us know in the comments. But generally speaking, these are the 5 common ways na ang isang tao ceases to be an employee.
Or hindi na employee.
Okay. One is just causes for termination. Ano ang ibig sabihin ng just causes?
Just causes.
Makatarungan. Ibig sabihin, nagkaroon ng violation and tama lang, natanggalin ka. What are some examples? Serious misconduct.
Okay.
Or willful disobedience. Diba? Gross and habitual neglect.
Naku, matitindi yan, Attorney.
Breach of trust. So, may ginawa ka, si empleyado, may ginawa, so eventually, tinanggal siya.
And makatarungan tanggalin siya.
Kaya
dahil
just,
sa ginawa. Kaya
yes.
just causes. Okay?
So that's the first one. Second one is authorized causes for termination. So in this case, walang ginawang kasalanan si empleyado. However, there are certain circumstances wherein authorized ang employer na tanggalin yung employee.
Okay.
For example, installation of labor-saving devices, or in our past videos, we say, napalitan ka ng robot. So the law allows the employer to take out employees. Authorized siya.
Kasi napalitan na si employee na, yung trabaho ng employee, napalitan na ni robot. So,
ano pang gagawin ng
authorized
employee?
na tanggalin na lang si employee kasi si robot na yung nagtatrabaho.
Yes. Another example is disease. Di ba? Nagkasakit yung empleyado and it's posing a threat for him and his workmates to continue working. So, authorized cause for termination yon. Now, the third way na nakakat po ang employment, resignation.
Obviously.
Diba? Oo. Ayoko na magtrabaho So, pasa ka na ng resignation letter. Next is, ito hindi naman resignation, pero also starts with an R.
R.
Matatanggal ka dahil sa retirement.
Retirement.
Sino naman na nagpatanggal? Well, batas na po ang nagsabi. There's a retirement age po kasi.
Yung edad at yung batas.
Yes. And then finally, ito medyo malungkot pero it happens. Death. namatay yung empleyado syempre, hinto ang employment. Ano gagawin natin?
Obvious naman.
Ano gagawin natin, di ba? So, those are the 5 general ways that employment ends. Now, for this video, we will be zooming in on 2. And those are just or authorized causes for termination. Why? Because they are employer-initiated. Ang ibig sabihin, sa employer nang galing yung initiative. Na, hindi, tatanggalin ko to.
Siyang nagsimula.
Sa kanya nagsimula.
Yung pagtanggal sa empleyado.
And I think yun naman yung root ng questions na nakukuha natin. Attorney, kung gusto kong tanggalin, paano yun? Okay? Yeah. So the first step is just be clear muna ano ba yung mode, bakit mo tinatanggal. And if it's one of the 2, the rest of this video will definitely help you. Now, so just and authorized causes. The next step is is follow the process.
Okay.
So ito na yung tinatanong ng reader natin, si Kyle, na parang ano yung process? What's due process? Okay, doon papasok ngayon. Due process basically includes both the right to a fair trial and the right to an effective remedy. Basically, ito po ay parang sabihin na natin na procedure na binigay na po ng batas that you have to follow. Now, magkaiba po ang due process requirements for authorized causes and for just causes. Ano gusto mo unahin? Authorized or just?
Just causes tayo, attorney.
Just causes. O, sige. So, for just causes, ibig sabihin, may kalokohan na nangyari, violation. So, the first requirement po would be notice to explain.
Okay. Notice to explain.
Kumbaga sa criminal proceedings, parang ito yung asunto This is the formal accusation. This is the criminal complaint.
So, nagkaroon ng violation, let's say pasok sa just causes, tama?
Let's make it more real. Gawa siguro tayo example. Ano gusto mong just cause? Nagnakaw?
Sige, nagnakaw.
Pinaka-common.
Common.
Okay. So, nagnakaw yung tao, nahuli, nakita na yung evidence. So, hindi pwede yung sasabihin mo lang, you're fired! No. No. The process is, kailangan mo bigyan ng formal na notification na may kaso siya.
Kahit nahuling-huli mo na. Kahit nakitang-kita mong nangyari.
Yes. Yung sinasabi kasi na pag in flagrante delicto nahuli, that's for criminal cases. Okay. Ibang usapan yun. Ito kasi we're talking about employment.
Okay.
So for employment, ito po yung tamang proseso for that.
Okay, so nagnakaw, nahuli, may ebidensya na.
So you send a notice to explain. So essentially, yung sinasabi na notice to explain is, Mr. or Miss Employee, ito yung nakitang finding sa'yo. Please explain bakit hindi ka dapat ibigyan ng penalty for this.
Okay.
So,
notice, ibibigay yan.
Notice. Alright. Next, ito naman yung next na nire-recommend ko. Hold a hearing. Usually, admin hearing ang tawag dito.
Okay.
So, usually, pinapasok na nila sa notice to explain yan. O sige, balik ka dito sa araw na to. Ito yung hearing. What's the purpose for that? It gives the employee an additional chance to explain themselves. So, kunwari, may gusto siyang sabihin or saloobin na gustong ma-express, that would be the appropriate time to do it.
Or defense. I-defend yung sarili niya.
Yes.
Hindi lang saloobin, but may defense siya.
And the management has to sit and listen. Very important yan. Now, a side question for this is, attorney, is an admin hearing required for all cases? Actually, no, it's not. However, for my students as a best practice, ako kasi, I always assume na yung mga estudyante or yung mga clients, they're starting from scratch. Basically, beginner level. Diba? So my admonition is, for admin hearings, it's better na sobra kaysa kulang kasi there's no penalty naman kapag nag-admin hearing ka pero hindi naman required. So, might as well just hold the admin hearing for all cases if you can allow. If
time allows or if it's possible.
Yes. Kasi for multiple reasons. Number one, whether kailangan or hindi, the law actually favors na sobra yung procedure sa due process. The more chances na makapagsalita, makapag-present ng side yung empleyado, the better it is. Next, yung distinction kasi, minsan yung ibang tao, hindi alam kung i-apply or hindi. So, para wala nang pag-iisipan pa, just go for it. Wala namang kawalan yan masyado na mag-hold ka ng admin hearing. And then finally, another reason why I like recommending it, it gives you a chance to correct small mistakes as they happen. So kung kunwari, madalas late, di ba? Pinanotice to explain mo. admin hearing mo na para doon pa lang, makausap mo na, mapapasukan mo na ngayon ng coaching and counseling.
Nice.
Diba?
I like that.
So, you don't need to set up a separate meeting for coaching and counseling. Doon na, pasok na within the disciplinary system. And ito for most cases, usually kapag nag-usap, doon mo malalaman yung root cause kung bakit ba ginawa or paulit-ulit yung violation. That way, then and there, you can make adjustments so hindi siya mauulit. Diba?
I like that, attorney.
So, better na for us, again, it's not a legal requirement, but hanggat sa maaari, make it default na lang to hold admin hearings. Now, another question is, attorney, sinabi mo na parang on some cases optional. Kailan siya talagang required? My recommendation, kapag terminable yung case. You cannot do without an admin hearing. Kunwari, pwedeng ma-terminate.
Yan, okay. So, terminable means pwede siyang masisante or ma-terminate. Okay.
To be on the safe side, mag-admin hearing na kayo. Now, another question. Attorney, kahit ilang beses ko nang pinili, pinakiusapan ko na mag-attend ng admin hearing, ayaw pa rin sumipot. Paano yun?
Amol pa rin.
Hindi natutuloy yung kaso. Diba? Ganun po yung thinking ng ibang tao. Here's the thing. Your responsibility is to invite to the admin hearing. Up to the employee na po yun if they want to attend the admin hearing or not. In fact, karapatan po nila not to attend. You cannot compel. So, ito po ang masasabi ko dun sa mga tao na kinakabahan. Whether pumunta sila or hindi, it's not up to you. What's up to you is to send out the invitation and to be there in case na mag-attend siya.
Nice.
I like it. So, ano na yung, just to recap, nag-notice to explain tayo, nag-admin hearing, and then third na due process requirement for just causes is the notice of penalty.
Notice of penalty?
Magugulat ngayon yung ibang tao, ba't yan ang tawag ko? Di ba? Notice of termination.
Notice of termination ang naririnig.
Ito nga yan ang tanong ko. Lahat ba ng resulta ng investigation, termination? Hindi. So we call it notice of penalty. Palitan na lang ninyo yung penalty na word with whatever the ending is. So pwede kasing notice of suspension.
Okay.
Notice of warning. Notice of acquittal. Di ba?
Of reprimand.
Di ba? Palitan na lang ninyo yung notice of penalty. But those are generally the three things that you need for due process under just causes for termination.
Nice.
Now, let's talk about the other.
So, just causes yun. Ito naman, authorized causes.
Again, ito yung walang kasalanan yung empleyado. Nataon lang na may scenario under the law that's provided that allows the employer to terminate the employment.
Okay, like labor-saving devices. Okay. So, kung nga attorney, authorized cause, labor-saving device, kailangan ko nang tanggalin yung employee. What do I do?
Mas simple to.
Okay.
30 days. How many?
30 days.
30 days before the intended termination of the employment, kailangan magpadala ka ng sulat dun sa employee and sa DOLE. Informing them na, Mr. Employee, we are exercising our right to terminate under authorized causes. Bakit? Kasi ito yung situation, blah, 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 blah. Therefore, your last day will be 30 days from now or on blah, blah, blah. So, you send a copy of that to the employee. Make sure na documented po at may kopya kayo just to be sure. And you also notify DOLE. Now, for DOLE, I think there's a specific form that you need to check out. Just go to their website. It will be there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If you don't follow due process, essentially what happened was Now, Attorney Ramon, let's talk about the third point that we want to make. And that is, what if you don't follow the process?
Yes. So, kung I just said, you're fired. Get out of here. Mag-alsabalutan ka na.
Ayoko makita
ang
pagmumukha mo sa opisina ko.
Drama no? It's the cute stuff you watch on TV.
So, I think it's good to talk about what are the legal implications of that. If you don't follow due process, essentially what happened was, you violated the employee's right to due process. You violated someone's right.
True.
And typically, dito sa batas natin, ano ba ang ending kapag nag-violate ka ng right?
May parusa.
May parusa or may consequence.
Yes.
So, the parusa or the consequence will most likely be monetary in nature. Ikaw pa yung magbabayad sa dulo, sa empleyado. Yun ang pinakamasakit.
Even, again, like we said, even if ang may kasalanan talaga or may violation talaga yung employee.
Kasi you violated his or her right to due process. So, kunwari, ninakawang ka na. Sobrang solid na talagang siya yung magnanakaw. Sinabihan mo, hindi mo nakagat yung dila mo. Ayan, you said, "You're fired."
Pinalayas mo, sinipa mo pa.
Patay. Kasi, okay, so ganito po yan ha. For a valid termination, you need two things kasi. You need the right reason and the right way of terminating. So, do you have the right reason? Yes.
Yun yung just causes natin.
Nagnakaw di ba? So may legal ground ka naman. However, you did not do it the right way. So baka mabigyan ka ng penalty for not following the right way of terminating.
It's very clear.
And we don't do that. And for our clients and our students, that's one of the first things that we teach. Kailangan balansyado yun. You need both to win. The right reason and the right way to terminate people.
And it's not optional, attorney.
It's not.
It's not optional.
Now, having said that, ito natutuwa ako kasi we are now in a position to give some best practice tips.
Okay.
Kasi naiintindihan na nila yung fundamental. So, we just went through the fundamentals together. Kung may malabo pa, you guys are free to rewind. Yan ang maganda sa video. Hindi natin kailangan ulitin. They can always repeat as many times as they want.
Or fast forward.
Now that they have the fundamentals, we can now go to the application or the best practices.
Nice.
Now, I will be talking about the definite no-nos when it comes to termination.
Definite no-nos. Okay? Wag na wag niyong gagawin.
Okay.
Alright.
First off is, nabanggit na natin kanina, you saying the words, "You're fired."
Get out! You're fired!
You're fired, or any variation thereof.
Pack your things! Okay? Anything that you can think of.
Yes.
Okay.
Why? Okay, going back to our lesson, because there's a specific process for holding people accountable. Ang usapan nga natin, di ba? You have to give a notice to explain. Kasi usually yung "you're fired" sa just causes naman to.
Yes.
Kawawa naman sa authorized causes.
Authorized causes, you know? You're fired! There's a labor-saving device.
You're fired! No. Sama naman ang ugali ng boss na yun. Anyway, so for just causes, again, dadaan tayo dito sa tatlo, no? Notice to explain, admin hearing, and the notice of the penalty. Otherwise, mapipenalize kayo. Now, another situation is, attorney, nakinig ako dun sa sinabi niyo eh. Sinunod ko. Inabisuhan ko yung empleyado na, ito yung kaso mo ha. Paliwanag mo, bakit hindi ka dapat bigyan ng penalty. Oh, that's good.
Very good.
Tapos nag-hold pa ako ng admin hearing, attorney. Napakabait talagang estudyante.
Pinakinggan niya.
Pinakinggan ko, attorney.
Side ng employee.
And then, pagkatapos nun, attorney, sinabihan ko siya kung ano yung pasya ng management.
Okay. Very good na.
Napakabait. Pero parang kinakabahan ako nun.
Bakit?
Sa lahat ng sinabi niya, wala ako narinig na may in-issue siyang papel. Sinabi lang niya, inabisuhan ko.
Okay.
Nakinig ako. Sinabihan ko. Patay tayo dyan.
Bakit, attorney?
Because under the law, verbal is not enough. It's supposed to be written. The law actually mentions it explicitly. It has to be a written notice. Okay. So even if, kahit 2 oras ang binabad mo na pinagsasabihan, pinakinggan, if it's not written down, it does not meet the requirements set forth by the labor code. So verbal terminations are another no-no. Never do that, please.
And I think it's also for the protection of both parties. It's a protection for the employee kasi some employers, they can just say that they did yung due process pero wala naman silang proof.
Kumbaga, ang mangyayari sa dulo, he says, she says.
Yes.
Or, diba, parang, ito yung nangyari. Hindi yan yung nangyari. Ano gagawin ng gagawin ng labor arbiter for that? And I think that's the rationale behind why the law made it written. Para wala tayong pag-uusapan. Talaga namang in-issue sa'yo to.
Yes.
Diba?
Correct.
So, verbal terminations, we don't want that. And since we don't want that, you should be adjusting your systems so as you avoid that as well. Now, another thing that we don't want, Attorney Ramon, is going through the motions trial.
Going through the motions, what's that mean, attorney?
Uupo ka, and then pakikinggan mo, or issuehan mo ng mga papel, tapos habang nagpapaliwanag yung empleyado, okay.
Pero may conclusion ka na.
Yes! So you're just going through the motions na parang kahit ano naman na sabihin ng empleyado, actually, may ending na ako sa ulo ko. Para nakangiti ka pa, nakaupo ka pa, pero sa ulo mo.
But that kind of negates the due process that the law requires, di ba?
Yes. So ang tip natin dito, Attorney Ramon, is keep an open mind. Kahit na overwhelming yung ebidensya, malay mo, there might be a certain aspect of the case na hindi mo na-realize or hindi mo na na bigyan ng pansin na it can actually shift it from termination, naging suspension na lang, di ba? Kunwari, for example, pang-8 beses nang na-late ng empleyado.
Okay.
Di ba? Ikaw, gigil na gigil ka na.
Kasi,
late na naman. Oh, within the month, blah, blah, blah.
Oh.
And then, during the admin hearing, sa ulo mo, sige, pagsasalitain kita, pero actually, sisante ka na. Admin hearing, dun mo lang nalaman. Recently diagnosed pala yung family member ng cancer. Kaya pala, hindi makaalis ng maaga kasi kailangan palitan yung mga gamot, inaalaga. And for me, kung closed off na yung mind mo, hindi mo ma-appreciate yung full extent ng violation na saan ka ba dapat magbigay, saan ka ba dapat mag-adjust. Kasi yung violations, hindi naman totoo lang na clear-cut yan. Na parang, ito dapat yung penalty. Hindi. You have to listen and take into account the circumstances kung talaga bang commensurate or pasok yun. So, I don't want you guys going through the investigation or the trial with going through the motions mentality. Please listen. Kasi there's always something to learn from the employees. Diba? Baka may isang aspect na hindi nyo na-consider which can definitely alter the conclusion that you have in your head.
Nice. I love it.
Now, another thing that's a no-no is not sending the second notice.
Ano yan, attorney?
Nag-notice to explain, nag-admin hearing, sinabo ng admin hearing. Bakit ko pa ipapadala yung second notice? Alam naman yung si Santi na siya.
Doon na niya sa admin hearing na inaway.
Oo, wag ka na magpakita rito. No. That's also wrong. Kasi under the law, the second notice is required. So wag po nating bibitawan yun. Baka kasi akala nyo, minsan yung mentality ng mga business owners. Hindi, understood na yun. Ano siya, manhid? Hindi ba niya alam na...
Hindi niya pa ba gets yun?
Oo. So, kahit ganun, guys, the law requires the written notice at the end. So,
yeah.
You're so close eh. Kumbaga, ang dating sa akin ito, parang nasa marathon. Ang lapit na sa finish line, biglang tinamad, uminom na lang ng tubig dun sa...
Nag-give up na.
Oo, tapusin na ninyo. Just send the second notice para wala kayong iniintindi.
And the second notice here is the notice of penalty.
Yes, okay. Kung ano man yung penalty na you settled on. Now, another thing pala, Attorney Ramon, pagdating dito sa second notice, kung acquitted, parang... Hindi, alam naman niya acquitted na siya eh. Okay na yan. Understood na yun. Yan ang favorite ko na rin. Understood na yun. Well, the labor code does not understand you kasi may requirement. So for me, the way I see it is, kunwari, nagbigay ka na notice to explain, parang kumbaga sa doktor eh, nag-opera ka eh. You started an operation, binuklat mo na yung pasyente. There's a open wound there for you to operate in. It's unfair for the patient kung hindi mo isasara. Itatahin mo dapat yan sa dulo. And the way you do that is with the second notice. So kahit na inosente, kahit na acquitted, you still have the responsibility. Binuklat mo yan. Binuksan mo yan, ikaw din na magsara. And that's how you actually close it.
I like that analogy. That's nice.
And then final no-no is ito, special shout out sa mga may hinahawakang AWOL cases.
Mga mahilig mag-awol.
Oo. So kung ikaw yung supervisor or manager ng AWOL, ang iniisip ng iba, kung ayaw mo sa amin,
wag mo. Ayaw namin sa'yo.
So, bahala ka na. Wala na notice to explain. Tanggalin mo na lang sa payroll yan.
Di na nagpakita eh. Langya siya. Ganun.
Understood na niya yan. Diba? Understood na niya yan.
Understood. Out na siya. Hindi na siya nagpakita eh.
Okay, so that's very dangerous. Again, for you to terminate. Kasi AWOL would fall under, just causes or authorized causes?
Just causes.
Just causes kasi may violation. So, for you to be able to terminate completely under just causes, again, kailangan po dumaan tayo ng due process. So, kahit na wala yung empleyado sa vicinity, ang tip po namin, padalhan pa rin po yan ang notice to explain. And, admin hearing, pwede na rin.
Invite nyo sa admin hearing.
Invite nyo. Pero kung AWOL, malamang di pupunta yan. Pero at least on paper, you invited. And then finally, the notice of penalty, which could be termination.
Nice. Cool.
Now, yun kahit wala po yung empleyado, do not feel too comfortable na hindi na magpapakita yan. Tanggalin mo na lang sa payroll yan. Kasi, ang mangyayari niyan, what if bumalik? Anong ibabangga mo?
And we actually have cases, we've handled cases where bumalik. Diba? And the employer assumed na hindi na babalik, pero bumalik.
Tapos, ma'am, balik na po ako trabaho. Ha? Terminated ka na eh. Sino po may sabi? Ano yung sasagot mo ngayon?
Walang due process.
Yes, and wala kang papel to be able to make sense of it or to prove that you indeed terminated the employment properly in accordance with the labor code.
Nice.
Ayan, so I hope marami silang
I
natutunan
think
dyan.
marami tayong pinag-usapan, attorney. Do you mind if I do a recap?
Mhm.
Okay, so the first thing that we Attorney Erwin talked about was in determining when you're going to fire someone, you have to be clear about why they are being taken out. And sabi nga ni Attorney Erwin, there are many ways that an employee ends his relationship with the employer. So you have your just and authorized causes, you have your resignation, retirement, and even death. Tama? Okay. Next, we should follow the process. Okay? Hindi pwedeng bastang you're fired. No, there's what we call due process, and that has to be followed. That's mandatory. That's not a suggestion. Okay? And if you don't follow the process, there are definitely bad effects on you. So ano yung mga effects na yan, Attorney Erwin?
Monetary,
di ba? May usually it's a monetary penalty. And lastly, Attorney Erwin talked about yung mga no-nos, things that you don't want to do, definitely. So maraming tips na binigay si Attorney Erwin. Okay?
For most of you, this video was more than enough, and if it makes your life easier, then you're welcome. But there are those of you who will watch this video and end up asking more questions, such as, Attorney, what's the format to be used for the notices? Or, Attorney, what should I write there? Or, Attorney, how do I serve the notice? If that's you, then I invite you to check out the Complete Employee Discipline System book. It's where we teach you a roadmap for handling employee cases from start to finish. Get the book now at info.legalguide.ph/discipline today.
To add to that, if you want us to tackle your question in our show, go to www.legalguide.ph and click the submit topic button. Of course, we'd like to know what's your biggest takeaway from today's video. So please write it down in the comments and let's talk about it. Last, if you feel we've earned a good rating, please give us a like and subscribe because it gives us feedback that we're doing a good job and it encourages us to do more videos.
One last thing. Everyone deserves a fair shot at clearing their name in case they are innocent. That's what the due process requirements are about. It's a standardized way so that everyone, no matter who their boss is, no matter who they're working for, can clear their name. Now, part of your job as a business owner is to make sure that this is followed because part of being a good boss is ensuring that everyone has a clear and fair chance to be heard. So was it that simple?
Now go make better choices.